Don't try to take the shortcut. Obviously, you want to be as safe as you can, but at the end of the day, somebody is going to have to take the risk. And if you believe in what you're doing, if you believe in your customers, if you believe in the relationships you've built, you should be okay taking that risk. I genuinely believe that.
The amount of people that want the money back, if the course really is good, is usually lower than the amount of people who actually do it because they're willing to have less risk up front.
Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode, number 892. It was last week's live Q&A, How Can I Raise My Awareness to Who My Authentic Self Is? Today, for episode number 893, making it easy for your clients is key. And genuinely, making it easy for your clients is the key to your success. So, first of all, we hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week if you're listening to this on Friday. I was on a call with somebody recently, Alan, and I know your story is pretty similar to mine. But the thing I told this client was, I said, at the end of the day, somebody is always taking the risk, whether it is the customer or whether it is the creator. Somebody always has to take the risk because somebody is putting something out there and somebody says, you know what? I don't want to buy this unless this thing crosses the finish line, whatever that means, right? So think of it this way. If you were to go to a restaurant, and this is the way it is, this is normal, but think about this. If you were to go to the restaurant and they said, okay, cool, you got to pay first. Like if you went to a fine dining restaurant, Alan, I don't know the nicest restaurant you've ever been to. You and I don't tend to go to super nice restaurants. But if they said like, all right, cool, just kick in 140. And you're like, okay. And then they say, all right, go sit at your table and we'll bring you your food when it's ready. That experience in that restaurant probably wouldn't be super successful because you don't know what the food is like. So the restaurant is not willing to take the risk. Now, you might say, well, McDonald's and all those places do that. Yes, but McDonald's and those places aren't really willing to take the risk because they don't have quality food. That is one of the reasons they do that. So this client of mine said, okay, I want to have an online course. And I said, all right, awesome. How much are you thinking you want this online course to be? And my client said, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe between $1,800 and $2,400. And I was like, okay. I said, you're going to do a payment plan, right? And they're like, I don't think so. I think we'll probably just set it up so you have to pay in full. And I said, all right, you can definitely do that. There are definitely a lot of people out there that do that. But I think it's also very important for you to understand that your demographic doesn't necessarily have $2,000 that they can just throw at an online course without any hesitation or without putting them in some sort of financial pit. And we had this very interesting conversation. I said, you have to understand the people who are telling you to do these things are pretty far in their journey where they can get away with it now, but they're also not having as much impact. They're not helping as many people as they could possibly. When Alan and I were filling our last round of group coaching, our price went up. It went from $97 a month to $147 a month. And that's $441 for the entire 3 months. And it was right after the holidays. It was the first time we'd ever sold at that price. And we realized pretty quickly, $441 is a lot of money to ask somebody to just drop right after the holidays. And they've never experienced group coaching. So they might feel like they're taking a big risk investing $441 to something that they don't understand. Could we have filled group coaching if we didn't offer the payment plan that we did? Yes, we could have. But would it have been more difficult? Yes. Would we have done it as quickly? No. Would it have been the same quality aligned people that it is? Probably not. So can you get away with not making it easy for your clients? Yes. But you won't have as many clients. And that's what we're talking about. That's our goal, is to help as many people as possible. So imagine this. Imagine you make the process, you make the sign up, you make the purchase, you make the system, you make the transition, you make the transformation as easy as humanly possible for your client. Don't you think you'll have more success? You press a button and Amazon delivers the package to you. That's why people love Amazon. You know, that's why they love Amazon. Uber is successful because you press a button and somebody comes and picks you up. it's very, very easy for the client. The lowest barrier to entry usually is what's going to win. So figure out how to lower your barrier to entry when it comes to coaching, your business, your product, your service, whatever it may be. Don't try to take the shortcut. Obviously, you want to be as safe as you can, but at the end of the day, somebody is going to have to take the risk. And if you believe in what you're doing, if you believe in your customers, if you believe in the relationships you've built, you should be okay taking that risk. I genuinely believe that.
I just got done, Kev, sending the C33 Evolve score to so many people in group coaching, so many people in book club, even the NLU team. And Emilia and I co-created that. And there is risk of anyone sharing that or stealing it or taking it. That's the price of doing business. There's risk associated with everything. I was talking to one of our team members earlier, and we were talking about John Gottman's bid system that your girlfriend introduced me to. And the idea behind this was I asked Amazon, I said, how many times has Amazon screwed up a delivery for you? And he said, honestly, in the whole use of using Amazon, one time. And I said, okay, what'd they do about it? He's like, they immediately took it back. And that's what we're talking about here. If you want to have a successful business, you're going to have to create the best experience possible. Apple's another phenomenal example of this. Any Apple product you get, it comes in this perfect package. Back when I was at iRobot, we used to have like an actual step-by-step process of walking through opening the robot, the Roomba. And what was the experience from 0 to 10 opening the actual package? Because you're creating positive bids. You're building a relationship. One of the things that Kevin and I are doing right now on these mics is adding value to your life and building a positive relationship with Next Level University. That's actually one of the reasons it's so hard for us is because we're delivering difficult truths to people that sometimes are uncomfortable and hurt. And so it's actually more challenging to build a positive relationship than if we were a candy store, for example. Everybody loves candy by default. Some of the stuff that Kevin and I have to say in order to be authentic and truthful and help you improve your life actually is uncomfortable and not necessarily a positive bid. But I digress. The example that I brought to the table for this one, we have someone who is a client and they have signed up to join our Next Level retreat, our very first one. It's Labor Day weekend. And by the way, reach out to Kevin or myself if you actually want to be involved in the Next Level retreat. But every year from now on, we're going to be doing a Next Level retreat, an annual retreat. And it's up in Maine, and it's at this incredible venue. And it's actually stay over. So it's a 2.5-day event. So you fly in Friday night, you stay over Friday night. It's Saturday day. There's a morning session, afternoon session. Then you stay Saturday night. There's another morning session and afternoon session on Sunday, and then you stay over Sunday night, and then there's I'm going to do the tail end. It's going to be a morning session, and then you fly off. And that's Labor Day, so you hopefully will have it off of work. But I digress. This person reached out to Kevin and I and said, I'm in. Maine is going to be awesome. Let's do it. Him and his girlfriend. And Kevin and I, again, at NLU, we take some of the risk. And so what we did is we offered a payment plan. So right now, there's an early bird special. So list price for the Next Level retreat is very, very high. It's $5,000 for a couple, for 2 individuals. It's $3,000 for 1 individual. That's list price. So if you want to come as an individual and buy your ticket last minute, it's $3,000. If you want to come as a couple, the list price is $5,000. We have an early bird special that we offered for $3,600 for a couple. So this person is paying $3,600 to come to this retreat, and the venue is gorgeous. It's going to be unbelievable, more than worth the money. But the key here to this context of this episode is this. It's a payment plan. See, $3,600 up front, hey, here's your invoice. Please pay us all that money right now to book your spot is very different than, hey, we just invoiced you $300. All you have to do to lock your spot is pay that first $300 right now. Because we're only having, I believe, 12 human beings at this retreat other than the NLU team, because there's not a lot of sleeping arrangements beyond that. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Kevin and I are going to be staying in a hotel nearby because we want the people who pay to be able to stay at the actual venue, which is unbelievable. More to come on that. But this person, it's a very big deal to spend $3,600 when you're not 100% certain of what the experience will be. Now, this person trusts us, and I'm grateful that they do. But the point is this, it's much easier to do $300 a month. And so Kevin and I, is it possible that this person decides, you know what, I'm going to pay 5 months and then I'm going to bail. I'm not going to pay anymore. Or is it possible for them to come, pay 8 months, come to the retreat, and then stop paying? Yes, it's possible. Yes, that's the risk that we are willing to take. We know this person. We know this person is integrous and in integrity, and we trust this person to pay us the full amount. And as a business, this is how we operate. Have Kevin and I ever been burned in the past by giving payment plans on group coaching or by lowering the price for someone because they couldn't afford it or whatever? Yes, we have. But I'll tell you what, the amount of people we've been able to help and help them transform their lives in comparison to the number of times we've gotten burned, I can only remember 2 times, Kev, where we've been burned by this. But my point is this: if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, you have to understand that there's risk. Fortune favors the bold. I can picture it now. Being at the retreat in Maine, underneath the stars, mountains in the background, and contemplating the day with this couple, so excited that we took that risk. Okay? And my takeaway for this is start taking bold action. Don't lose momentum because you need to make sure every penny is buttoned up way before you deliver the service. Do what's best for your clients, and your clients will do what's best for you most of the time. Not every time, but most of the time. And that's why sometimes you hear people give money back guarantees if the course isn't good. The amount of people that want the money back if the course really is good is usually lower than the amount of people who actually do it because they're willing to have less risk up front. So that's really what this episode is about, and that's my story.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy. I am part of the NLU team, and I just want to talk quickly about my experience at Your World Within Live and Top Notch Live. There are 2 events that Alan and Kevin both co-hosted. I remember being so nervous going to each one of them because I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure what was going to be happening or the people that I was going to meet. But I remember coming away from both of them with a sense of accomplishing something that I didn't think that I was going to accomplish. I was able to go outside of my comfort zone, talk to people that I wouldn't normally talk to, and do a testimonial, which was so nerve-wracking during those 2 times. But I'm super excited for this event because it's going to be incredible. We have incredible speakers, and I'm excited for you to learn more about yourself and for you to get outside your comfort zone.
It's interesting because a lot of what we do is not super scalable. I mean, especially in the beginning, it's not supposed to be scalable because you're figuring out what works. We're about to get a client for Next Level Podcast Solutions, and this person and I jumped on the phone because she said, "Hey, I'd love to learn more about podcasting. I was recommended by somebody." And I said, "Yeah, cool, let's do it. Any questions you have, just let me know." And on the phone, I literally went through exactly what I would do. I said, "This is what I would do. This is the equipment you need, all of this stuff." And she said, "Well, I'm planning on doing this and attaching the podcast to charity." And I said, "Okay, that's awesome. I've never really had anybody say that to me before. Okay, what can I do to help?" And she said, "Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it." And I said, "Honestly, I'm happy to donate an hour of my time. Totally free. I'll donate an hour of my time totally free to help you set this up so you can get this rolling, and then we can kind of figure something out from there." And since I made this whole process so easy for her, and I was there to help her, and I was there to assist, she said, "I don't want it to be for free. I appreciate that so very much, but your time is valuable. Let me pay you." I was making the process easier for her. I wasn't trying to sell her. I literally said at one point, maybe working with us isn't the best for you if you have a small budget. If the budget is this amount, there's not a ton we'll be able to do, but I'm happy to help you in any way I can. If you go above and beyond, if you treat your customers, your clients, your potential customers, your community, whatever you want to consider them, the family, the NLU family, if you treat them like family, they will feel that way. And it's not about making a sale. It's about making somebody feel supported, appreciated, making it feel like you have their best interests. And honestly, I probably wouldn't spend $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 on a retreat either. I would over the course of a year though, for sure. Because it's like, you know what? if something comes up, then yeah, at least I don't have to pay the rest. God forbid something comes up or I lose my job or whatever it may be. There are a lot of people who want you to put the entire course, the entire thing, the entire event, the entire weekend, the entire retreat on a credit card. And they just say, you know what? They'll figure it out. Like, just make sure they get it all on the credit card so they'll come. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it as easy for you as humanly possible so it can actually be an enjoyable thing. And so you're not, I want you to be committed to your growth, but I don't want you to be overcommitted to the point where you're losing sleep at night over it. That's not what we're aiming for. So we, as you know, it's a heart-driven but no BS approach. And we're talking oftentimes, if you're out there, you're an entrepreneur. And this is something that I've seen time and time again, that especially in the beginning, people want to take the quote-unquote easiest way, the least resistance, the most passive. And Alan and I can tell you that you will be leaving a ton of money, a ton of impact, and a ton of mastery on the table if you do that. You have to have these foundational points in the beginning of your business because it will help you tremendously. Later on, you can always decide you want to do something different, but if you really want to get clients into your business in the beginning, you have to make it as easy as humanly possible.
100%. The last thing I want to say here is that business is supposed to be at the service of others, not at the expense of others. We are here to serve the next level community, not the other way around. So we always prioritize the service of others above the service of selves. Yes, we have to be profitable. Yes, we have to grow. Yes, we have to pay team members. Yes, we have to improve. And yes, we want our quality of life to get better and we want to make money, but it's at the service of the community. So many businesses out there mess this up. They think, oh, this business is for me. No, this business is for who you serve. And that's why, I'll just tell this story briefly. I had someone ask me to help them grow their wine company. And I said, with all due respect, I don't believe more alcohol in the world is a good thing. So no, I will not be doing that. But good luck. I wish you the best. A cigarette company is not at the service of others. It's actually at the expense of others. And I'll go on record saying that. At NLU, we're here to help you improve the quality of your life. And we're not going to be able to do that if we're constantly like, no, it has to be our way or the highway. In business, you have to be willing to take some risk. You have to be willing to have skin in the game. You have to be willing to trust your clients and customers. And yes, again, you'll get burned sometimes, but those aren't clients and customers you want to ever do business with again. You know, and it's just important to understand that, especially when you're early, when you aren't a huge brand name yet. You know, you got to be willing to take some risk, have some skin in the game.
Speaking of skin in the game and taking risk, and I tell you this not because we want you to think of us any differently, but because I want to further prove that this is something that we not only preach, but we practice. Next Level Live, our event that we're having on March 26th, Worcester, Mass. Beautiful venue, amazing hotel, the nicest room there, super excited. Continental breakfast, we're going to have a place where we can take pictures. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. But this event, we are taking a risk. We have already paid for the venue. We've paid for all the things that we're doing, the photographer, all that happy jazz. And we're going to break even on this event. We might even lose a little bit of money, but that's okay. It's not all about making money. Obviously, being in business is staying in business, and that requires making money. But we are taking some risk so we can get to the next level of our business and of our brand. Now, if you are local, if you live anywhere around the Massachusetts area, I actually had a couple past clients who are coming in from Connecticut, which I think it's a 2-hour drive. So shout out to them. That is awesome. It's a half day. It's only $97. It's myself, it's Alan, Dr. Tara McCarthy, and Tori Aletto speaking. And our goal is for this to be the launch point of 2022, the launch point of your business, the launch point of your confidence, the launch point of your consistency. When you're in a room with a bunch of other amazing people who want to get to the next level, you can finally be yourself. You can really learn what has helped us, and you're going to be way outside of your comfort zone, which is a wonderful thing. Even outside of your comfort zone, in a room of people who think like you, you're going to be safer than you are in most of the other rooms. So join us. Everything you need to know is in the show notes below. Again, $97. It's cheap, and it will be well worth the price of admission, I promise.
Maybe you're out there and you're like, I haven't been consistent lately. I haven't been consistent in fitness. I haven't been consistent at tracking my habits. I haven't been consistent at weighing myself. I haven't been consistent. I've been breaking the promises that I make to myself. What you really need is some public accountability. I was in the WhatsApp group earlier, Legacy by Design, which was group 5. Group coaching is designed to be a safe place to have a community that supports your goals. It's all listeners. We only take listeners in these groups. These are people who are all trying to get to the next level, who are never going to make fun of you. We always want to make sure it's 10 people who all are aligned in terms of core values, in terms of their commitment. And so again, you're going to fit in by default. If you listen to this show, you have self-improvement as a core value, and that's what this is about. So join us. April 19th is when Group 6 starts, and we already have, I believe, 6 seats already locked. If you want to lock your spot, reach out to Kevin or myself, or you can go straight to the landing page. There's a video, there's incredible copy where it outlines exactly what to expect. And if you want more information, we can literally send you the Instagram handles of people that have graduated from group coaching, and they can tell you any answers to any questions that you have. We also have assistant coaches, Sarah and Amy, there to support you every step of the way. It's a really well-polished product at this point. I'm very, very impressed with it, and the sessions are getting even more and more valuable over time. Finances, health, fitness, love and relationships, entrepreneurship, all of this stuff, again, another springboard. So if you can't come to Next Level Live, or even if you can, go to nextleveluniverse.com or click the link in the show notes and join Group 6. You're going to be glad that you did. Again, it's $147 a month for 3 months, but I believe the payment is only $75 a month for 6 months, right? So
we have 3 month or 6 month, depending on where you are. One of the people that signed up for the 6 month financing. So that person is locked in for the $75, and boom, it'll come out every month. So make it easy.
$75 to lock your spot for Group 6. We're not opening another group, and we're only taking 10 ever. We're not going to unlock another group. So Group 7 doesn't start until at least 3 months from then. So lock your spot now. It only takes $75 to lock your spot.
Next Level Nation tomorrow for episode number 894, 5 questions to ask yourself to find your thing. It is Strategy Saturday. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. We couldn't do it without you. And at NLU, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Please reach out.